What's up, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with SPY, Tesla, and the overall markets. I'm also going to talk about something very important that's developing on the charts, at least thus far as we're approaching FOMC. But just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out my Moomoo link. If you deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed 15, and the offer ends very soon. All right, so as far as the market is going, I just want to say that right now there is a possible head and shoulders that could be forming on SPY, but nothing's guaranteed until we hear what Jerome Powell has to say. The Fed just announced that they're going to be cutting rates by 25 basis points, all the way down to that 4.75% area. That's very, very important. So they are cutting rates even more. However, at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so in about like 20 minutes, we have Jerome Powell giving his speech at the press conference. That's going to cause even more volatility. Right now on SPY, there is technically a possible head and shoulders, not a guarantee though. If we were to lose the support here at 594, I do anticipate SPY is going to be dipping quite a bit, so just be mindful of that, guys. I'm not saying it's crashing, just a small dip could be coming. And if we end up breaking above 595.5, SPY could launch even higher for 59, very close to 597 possibly. So it depends on what happens with Jerome Powell's speech. Technically speaking, there is a head and shoulders, so be prepared. This does suggest downsets a possibility, but it's never a guarantee until we hear what Jerome Powell says. So make sure you watch these levels carefully, and we'll see how things end up going. That's going to be very, very important. I think another thing that's very important is going to be this. As far as ES goes, ES also happens to have a head and shoulders like structure. If we pump past 6,000, Jerome Powell, if he could launch us once again to new all-time highs, if the head and shoulders plays out, we end up losing the support right here at 59.88. This could be dipping all the way down towards 59.80 or below. So I'll be watching to see which way this ends up going. This could dip a little bit lower. So give this the time it needs, guys. It all depends on what is said and done. On top of this, we also have Nvda. It's pumping very, very strongly right now. It does look like it's going to be pushing for 148.75, but we'll see what the reactions. Excuse me, if the whole market starts dipping, this could slow Nvidia down after Powell's speech. So look for a test of 148.75. And if we break past that, we're looking for 150 as our target. So do we launch to 150 or do we reject? We're watching for that depending on Powell's speech. Bitcoin is kind of stuck in the middle. If we end up losing 76,250, we're looking for a dip back down for 75,700. If we break past 76,800, we're looking for a push. We're kind of in the middle right now, so give this a little bit more time. For Tesla, we pumped very nicely. We actually pushed up towards 300. And then we did see some consolidation after that. So it was a little bit different from what I was predicting. I was thinking that Tesla would push to about the mid 290s and then consolidate. We actually went up to 300 and then we consolidated a bit. So we're watching to see the Tesla break 300 after Jerome Powell's speech to push up for 302. Or do we end up getting a rug pull? If we end up losing 295, we could be dipping back down towards 290. Make sure you guys watch it carefully which way we end up going with Powell's speech. For a few more, we have NQ. It's also consolidating right here. Do we break out all the way up towards 21,200? Do we reject here? This does look like it's a little weaker. If we lose 21,144, we're looking for a dip back down. For the QQQ is the same thing essentially. We have kind of like a little bearish divergence here. So if we're bullish, you want to see it break past and hold above 513. If we manage to break that resistance, I'm looking for 515 as our target. If we end up losing 512, our 50 EMA, we're going to be dumping all the way down towards 510. So watch and see which way it goes and be very patient nonetheless. For Apple, we're just kind of stuck in the middle. We're consolidating around this 227 area. If we lose 226.5, we turn more bearish, looking for a dump. And we could look more bullish if we break past 227.5. So we'll see which way we go. So be very patient nonetheless. IWM is dipping right now. I was talking about how I was expecting 235, excuse me. 235 is what I was expecting. We came close to the 235s. Will we lose them and start dumping back down to 233 thanks to Powell? Or do we break out and start pushing back up for 240 plus? It could go either way. We do look a little bit weaker technically speaking. Just a few more. Amazon is slowing down right now. Do we break out above 212 to turn bullish, or do we continue to sink to this imbalance, taking us down to 207? Make sure you watch those supports nicely. Meta pushed nicely to about 592. Will we reject, though, forming a double top here and start dipping back down for 589? Or do we continue to push? We're just waiting to see what happens with Powell. Microsoft is more bullish. break 425 and we're bullish, lose 420 we're more bearish. Google, same thing. We'll have to see how it goes. So for the markets, we'll see if this head and shoulders like structure pans out or not. We'll see if we get some kind of pump and dump or what Jerome Powell causes. So we'll be very patient nonetheless. I just want to say I really appreciate you guys so much for listening. So please have a great day. Be very wary of the Fed. So get ready for what Powell's about to say. And we'll be prepared, guys. So watch the setups. I am not saying the market's going to crash. I'm not saying it will happen. I'm not saying that this is even going to be a big dip. I'm simply saying that there is a head and shoulders that's forming. It does suggest downside's a possibility. So we will see what ends up happening. If we lose the support I marked right over here at 594, then SPY will likely dip a couple of points. So just be mindful of that. Just a small dip could be coming. We'll see what Jerome Powell causes. So get ready, guys. He speaks at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for listening and peace out.